Broadcasting throughout the Northwest and across the world online.
Your voice, your station. Highland Radio.
You're listening to Around the Northwest for Wednesday afternoon. Now, Atlantic Treasures in Killybegs is a finalist in the Small Firms Association Awards. They're on this Friday. And Atlantic Treasures are the only business to represent Donegal in the awards. In fact, they've been shortlisted in two categories, food and drink and sustainability. Brand Development and Marketing Manager with Atlantic Treasures, Michael O'Donnell, joins us now. Michael, not just a finalist in one category, but two, which is great. And explain sustainability to us. How have you been nominated in the sustainability category?
Hi, John. How you doing? Thanks for having me on. We were delighted to get both finalists, or be finalists for both awards, both on the food and drink and the sustainability. For sustainability, I suppose we do a lot of work here at Island Seafoods, the parent company that produces Atlantic Treasures brand. And we have a hydroelectric power plant here, and we also have a wind turbine that was commissioned in January there. And so we're constantly looking at ways that we can do things more sustainably. And, we produce the products under kind of a sustainable, renewable energy. And we also have green team meetings that we bring people in from on the floor that might see things that, that you wouldn't see from being in the, every day, all, 8 hours a day. So we can have green team meetings, and the people on the floor come up with ideas as well. And some of those ideas are, interesting to us. Different things like they had rainwater harvesting for cleaning the streets outside the factory, and different things like that. Right. We also recycle some of our poly boxes that would go out to China, and they're made into photo frames and stuff. So there's different little initiatives any company could do. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. I think that's probably where we were recognised, was doing things not because we had to, but going out and actually seeking them and seeing what we could do with them. And I suppose that brings it back to the brand too, was trying to do new things with something that people already had, and they knew what it was, but they wanted something different. And I suppose that's what we kind of brought into the brand of the smoke stuff as well.
And it's interesting that you should mention meetings there, because it's hard to beat having a chat now and again with those that are on the ground and those that are hands on, and they can point things out that otherwise you might miss, and it might be simple things, but they all add up.
Well, that's the thing, and that's what we find, because, not to against sustainability, but if you speak to anyone on the floor about anything, they're obviously going to see things that you don't, and you have to listen to everybody's opinion if you're going to get good feedback and be able to kind of implement things, because you might think something on the floor is going to work and put it down there, but, somebody will be very quick to say, well, no, you need to do it the other way. Mm-hmm. And then when you can do that, and when you have a good kind of a over and back with the people on the floor about those things, that's when you'll kind of get to the bottom of it,
Atlantic Treasures have an award-winning range of smoked mackerel, but there's more to the range than just smoked mackerel.
Yeah, no, definitely no. So we started off 2010. I suppose my father always had the company from 1986. He started, and then I came into the company in 2001 full-time. And then I suppose new second generation coming in, probably I wanted to do something, I suppose, off my own bat as well. So we worked on different projects, along those mid-2000s. And then 2008, we worked with St. Angela's Food College in Sligo. And they came up, we wanted to do with the brand, we wanted to kind of bring seafood into the 21st century. And, with different glazes and spices and things and herbs, things that, the younger generation and the older generation, of course, but could enjoy, and maybe look at something that was always there before, like the smoked mackerel, the plain and peppered, but then add, different flavors and glazes to that. So that's kind of where we've done, and initially we had just two products. We had a smoked mackerel with honey and mustard, and one with ginger, chili and lime under the Atlantic Treasures range. And then that expanded. We got listed with, first of all, it was the old Super Quinn, and then it turned into Musgraves. We got listed with them. Then we got listed with Dunnes Stores, BWG, Tesco. So we kind of covered all the range throughout nationwide then. So it was great to have that kind of visibility for the brand. And then we started doing own label to do with Aldi and Dunnes Stores, because they approached us and said, we like what you're doing with the product. I suppose one of our main USPs would be that we take the fish from the boats here in Killybegs, we process it through the factory, And then a lot of our fish, maybe 70% of it, is already what my father would have done, was selling it out to places like mainland Europe, China, Africa, and that was always done. So then we picked the cream of the crop, what we would call the best of fish, the highest in fat content, and the best, glaze, or the best flavors, and then move it on to further process with it. So then we're further processing just what we would pick from the cream of the crop. So it's the best to us, do you know what I mean? So if you look at other factories and smokers in Ireland as well, they would be depending on people like us to, I suppose, sell them, fish from the boats, whereas we have that kind of route to market already covered, so it's good for the brand. So we done the smoked mackerel, and we have 5 now flavours of smoked mackerel, and then we also now do herring, because we process that as well through the factory. So we do marinated herrings with different glazes and herbs and flavours as well. And now we're looking into moving into more salmon products as well. We have 2 plain salmon products, but we're doing some R&D work at the moment to expand the range further, I suppose. So it's all kind of, it's a lot, but it keeps us busy anyway.
Yeah, well, it sounds like it, and it also sounds like it's a natural progression. And in a way, your products make seafood more accessible.
Yeah, and that's what we wanted. Was, I suppose, when we went into the market, or when we looked at what we were doing, for, I suppose, 20 years before that, we were selling fish to agents and stuff out in, different, like, mainland Europe and places. But then to take it back a scale and kind of say, right, well, now we want to build a brand and sell into retail. It was like a whole new landscape for us. We kind of joked that we should have been selling sweets and stuff before it, because we didn't know the landscape of what we were getting into. So there was a big learning curve there of, how to sell into retail, meeting with buyers, things like that. But it all kind of, I suppose it kind of progressed naturally for us. And people, you're not afraid to make mistakes when you're starting out, and people are quite genuinely there to help you, you know what I mean? So it was good, it was enjoyable, and I suppose now it's about kind of expanding that brand and moving into, we've covered the Irish market. We do export a bit to Singapore, we do Qatar, Dubai, and now I suppose it's looking at mainland Europe, maybe France or the Nordics, and seeing where our products fit into. And I think 2022 will be more about, 2021 will be about our MPD, and 22 then will be about pushing those products out into European markets.
And what is this competition meant, or becoming a finalist in this competition meant? And there was more to it than just having your name listed as a finalist.
Yeah, no, well, I suppose that's it, because we've won a couple of competitions for our awards for sustainability before, because of the, I suppose, the long history we have with it. But I suppose when we entered the SFA awards, it was kind of a different procedure. So it wasn't just about sending in an application. It was then a follow-up, and you had a lot of different, like a series of webinars, and there was different talks and networking to do. And it was spaced over it started in October, and it's only, finishing now. So it was great that the SFA awards were different, because they actually worked with them, and they wanted people to come together and network. And I suppose with COVID, it was kind of harder, so it kind of to do that. So they made it so much easier, in running these webinars, giving mentoring, giving talks and things. So for us, the SFA awards were very important, because it wasn't just about having your name in there. It was about actually kind of getting involved, which was great, Right.
Well, listen, the best of luck. They're on this Friday, virtually.
Yeah, and that'll be a change too. It'll be nice to see something virtually done, and just how they're going to work that. It's a whole different thing for us as well. So it's good that way.
Well, I'm sure somebody will have a bottle chilling somewhere in the background.
Oh, definitely. Well, we'll get Ronan down the fish shop to do that for us. We'll get him
lined up.
Yeah, get him lined up, surely. I'm sure he'll do a bit of singing for us, hopefully.
Oh, fantastic. Into the bargain.
Yeah, definitely.
Very good. Okay, Michael, thanks of Atlantic Treasures.
Thanks
Best of luck on Friday.
Perfect. Thank you.